Hey guys, this is Bebe872 and welcome to the meta tier list video for set 10. In this video, we're going to talk about strong and very easy to follow compositions that will be very dominant during set 10 when it goes live. So the first composition that I would like to discuss about the most is going to be the country comp. So this composition is a level 7 all-in comp. You go to level 7 and then you roll for a 3-cost headliner that's related to countries and go for 3-cost 3 stars. Now, when you build into this composition, it's not about just getting countries. You also want other 3-cost 3 stars that are powerful as well too. So units like Vex, Set, and Amumu are 3-cost 3 stars you can use in this composition that are very strong because it gives you sturdy frontline and a lot of bonus extra damage. That's why level 7 all-in into countries is a very powerful strategy to follow. Then we would recommend KDAs. Going for a level 8 rush into a KDA headliner gamble like Akali or Ahri is very consistent. Now this comp doesn't usually get you first place though. Usually this comp is designed to get you a very safe top 4 because the KDA buildup is very versatile, meaning that you can use many carries and many buildups along the way, and it's also a very cheap finisher, meaning that you can all in at level 8, just get a 4-cost headliner and GG, that is top 4. Another comp that's like this is the Twisted Fate Disco comp. Now this one is a bit more forcey in the fact that its win condition is very specific. You give Archangels and Hextech Gunblade to Twisted Fate. You need Hextech Gunblade so Twisted Fate will heal your Blitzcranks, and then you give Blitzcranks 3 tank items, Warmonks, Bramblevest, and Dragonclaw to make sure that it doesn't die while buying you time in the front. That is the concept of this comp. But because of that, you need to find Twisted Fate and you need to find Blitzcranks. You need to look for specific units and not like a flex amount of units, which can be a problem to your specific composition at the ready. So that is a downside of Twisted Fate. And another popular comp would be the Punk like a Twitch into like a Pantheon composition. Now this is a very easy to get comp because it is ridiculously cheap and it's also very powerful as well too. It's very difficult to get first place with a composition like this, however, but because of how much free rerolls you can get with the Punk synergy, it is very consistent and decent to get a consistent top 4 finish. Now, generally, you do not want to go for a 1-cost 3-star carry. The only situation where you do go for a 1-cost 3-star carry is when you find it naturally. So you have like 9 Evelynns at stage 2-2. That is a situation where you can use a 1-cost 3-star carry because it will not affect your levels. But if you roll for a 1-cost 3-star carry, it's going to delay your levels, and you're also going to have a 1-cost 3-star endgame, which isn't really that strong in many case scenarios. The only situation where a 1-cost 3-star is actually worth your rerolls is when you go for maybe Punks or when you go for 5 super fans. So you're going for that Radiant itemization onto your front line, but it has to be very cheap to find the upgrades. If you reroll a lot of gold, it will never be worth it. Now, starting from 2-cost units, this is when it's actually worth to reroll your gold instead of using it to level up because their value and their damage output is very, very high. You can go for 6 true damage Senna, you can go for 4 to maybe 6 Crowd Diver on the Katarina, and then you can just go for a Seraphine with maybe a Gragas 3-star at the front. These units have very special headliner, or in the case of like Senna, she has a true damage synergy like a bonus that makes their ultimate very impactful. That's why you want to get the headliner version to get the bonus stats. There are other 2-cost 3-star comps like Gnar and Jax for example, but these 3 are the much more popular and much more easier pull off carries. Then we have our 3-cost carries. Now, almost every 3-cost 3-star is a carry except for the following. Number 1, Echo. Number 2, Mordekaiser. Number 3, Nico. And number 4, Yone. Now, Yone could be a carry, but he's way too conditional. You need like 3 support items and a few Ornn artifacts onto the Yone to become like really, really strong. Mordekaiser, Echo, and Nico are mostly tank variation units, so they lack the damage even if you 3-star them, which is the main reason why they can't really be a game-winning carry. Now, the 3 costs in this picture, for example, are the strongest variation of 3 costs you can go for in the current meta. Samira Urgot for countries, or you can go for the emo variation with Vex and Amumu, or we can just go for Riven edgelords. If I were to comment, the country variation is the strongest and easiest to pull off because it's also very flexible in the carry route. When you go for emo guardians, you do need to make sure to get multiple guardians because guardian synergy is insanely good in the current patch at the moment. And when you build into Riven, make sure to build into a full damage Riven with IE Last Whispers, or maybe IE Hand of Justice Quicksilver so that she can pull off some insane damage output. The three most popular 4-cost carries used right now is going to be Twisted Fate, Akali, and Karthus. Twisted Fate, of course, is the disco variation with the unkillable Blitzcranks as the main theme. KDA is a very wide flex composition that can use many carries. Usually it does use Ahri and Akali. And then you can go for the vertical pentakill composition with Viego and Karthus as the main. And now we're going to talk about 5-costs, but the thing about 5-costs is that you usually don't want to make them your main. So you want to have like a 3-cost 3-star damage carry like Misfortune, or maybe you can go for a 4-cost 2-star damage carry like Caitlyn, and then you add in a 5-cost 2-star as an extra, but usually you don't really go, man, I'm going to get a Yorick 2 from the beginning of the game. The 5-costs here are the 5-costs that a lot of people just add to their original comp, so if you have any comp, you can just add these 5-cost 2-stars in, and your composition will become a lot stronger. Eloy counters a lot of comps in the game while being an amazing tank. For example, Eloy counters units like Ahri, which have very strong single target damage, but those tentacles can actually keep juking her ultimate, wasting her a lot of time. Yorick is a unit that provides a lot of bonus damage while being a tanky guardian unit by himself. And Ziggs and Lucian is usually used for jazz synergy and bonus damage. Ziggs is also used for hyper bulls and maybe dazzlers, and also a bit of bonus damage for your composition. This is usually how 5-costs are mostly used, especially in set 10. Okay, that was a very short summary of the meta, and in future videos, I'm going to make sure to raise the compositions that have the highest win ratio in set 10 after a climb. Hope you guys enjoy!